Stage 1. Sahelanthropus, tchadensis. It's 7 million years before present, and you're one of the first hominins to walk on 2 legs regularly. You're not very good at it. Your hips hurt. Your back aches. You fall down a lot. But walking upright lets you see over the tall grass. It lets you spot predators before they spot you. It frees your hands to carry food back to your group. Your brain is tiny, about the size of a chimpanzee's, roughly 370 cubic centimeters. You don't think about the future. You barely remember yesterday. You live in the moment because that's all your brain can process. You eat fruit, leaves, insects. You sleep in trees at night because the ground is where things with teeth hunt. Your life expectancy is maybe 25 years if you're incredibly lucky. Most of your children die before age 5. Starvation, disease, predators. The world is trying to kill you constantly. Something's changing in your lineage. Your descendants are getting better at this whole walking thing. Stage 2. Australopithecus afarensis. You're now 3.5 million years ago. Lucy. Scientists will call one of your relatives. You're still small, about 3.5 feet tall, maybe 65 pounds. Your brain has grown slightly, around 450 cubic centimeters. Still not impressive. You live in groups of maybe 30 individuals. You communicate with grunts, gestures, facial expressions. No language yet. That's coming, but not for a while. You're still mostly vegetarian, but occasionally you scavenge meat from kills that big predators have abandoned. You don't hunt yet. You're not equipped for it. You have no claws, no fangs, no natural weapons. You're actually terrible at being a predator, but you're getting smarter about being a scavenger. You learn which bones you can crack open to get at the marrow inside. Marrow is rich in fat and calories. It's brain food, literally. The more calorie-dense food you eat, the more energy you can devote to growing that energy-hungry organ inside your skull. Here's what nobody tells you about evolution. It's not a ladder. It's a bush with branches going everywhere, most of them dead ends. Stage 3. Homo habilis. 2.5 million years ago, you're the first species scientists label with the name Homo, which means human. Your brain is now around 600 cubic centimeters. That's roughly 40% larger than your Australopithecus ancestors. And you figured something out that changes everything. Tools. You pick up a rock and smash it against another rock until one of them breaks and creates a sharp edge. Then you use that sharp edge to cut meat, scrape hides, dig for roots. This sounds simple, but it requires abstract thinking. You have to imagine the tool before it exists. You have to understand cause and effect. Rock hits rock, rock breaks, broken rock cuts meat. Your children watch you make tools, and they learn. This is cultural transmission. Knowledge passing from one generation to the next, not through genes, but through teaching. You're still not the dominant species on the African savanna, not even close, but you're getting there. Stage 4. Homo erectus. 1.9 million years ago, and everything accelerates. Your brain jumps to 900 cubic centimeters. You're taller now, nearly 6 feet. Your body proportions look almost modern. Long legs, shorter arms, a body built for walking and running long distances. And you've discovered fire. Not how to make it yet, that comes later, but how to maintain it. Lightning strikes a tree. The tree burns. You take a burning branch back to your camp and keep it alive. Fire changes your world completely. It keeps predators away at night. It makes food safer to eat by killing parasites and bacteria. It allows you to cook, which breaks down tough plant fibers and makes nutrients more accessible. Your gut gets smaller because you don't need a massive digestive system anymore. That saved energy goes to your brain. Fire also creates a social center. Your group gathers around it at night. You sit together, you communicate, you bond. Stage 5. Homo heidelbergensis. 700,000 years ago. Your brain crosses 1,200 cubic centimeters. You're built like a tank now. Thick bones, heavy muscles, a body designed for endurance in changing climates. You're hunting large game regularly. Elephants, rhinos, deer. You work in coordinated groups, communicating through a proto-language that's more sophisticated than gestures, but less complex than modern speech. And here's where things get interesting. You're controlling fire now, not just maintaining it. You know how to create it from scratch using friction or striking rocks. This changes your relationship with the environment completely. You can survive in colder regions. You can cook food intentionally. Your brain continues growing because you're feeding it better fuel. But something else is developing. Culture. You're creating the first hafted tools, spears with stone points attached to wooden shafts, using tree resin as adhesive. This requires planning multiple steps ahead. You need to imagine the finished tool, gather different materials, process them, then combine them. That's abstract thinking on a level no other species has achieved. Stage 6. Homo neanderthalensis. 400,000 years ago in Europe and Western Asia. Yes, Neanderthals are a separate stage in this progression. Not your direct ancestor, but a parallel branch that evolved from Heidelbergensis, just like you did. Their brains are actually slightly larger than yours will be, around 1,500 cubic centimeters. They're incredibly strong, adapted to Ice Age Europe, built for surviving in brutal cold. They hunt woolly mammoths and cave bears. They make sophisticated tools, wear clothing made from animal hides, bury their dead with what appears to be ritual care. They might have had language, though scientists still debate how complex it was. They survived for hundreds of thousands of years across a massive geographic range. They're successful by any measure, but they're not you. Stage 7. Homo sapiens. 300,000 years ago in Africa, you arrive. Anatomically modern humans. Your brain averages 1,350 cubic centimeters, slightly smaller than Neanderthals actually, but structured differently. Your prefrontal cortex, the region handling complex planning and social behavior, is proportionally larger. Your skull is rounder, your face flatter, your body more gracile. You're not as strong as Neanderthals pound for pound, but you have advantages they don't. You're creating art, cave paintings, carved figurines, decorative beads made from shells. This isn't just creativity, it's symbolic thinking. You're representing the world abstractly, creating meaning beyond immediate survival. You're developing complex language with syntax, grammar, the ability to discuss things that aren't physically present, past events, future plans, hypothetical scenarios, abstract concepts. This allows you to share knowledge in ways no other species can match. Around 70,000 years ago, your population crashes to maybe 10,000 individuals total. A supervolcano eruption, climate catastrophe, something nearly wipes you out, but you survive, and then you explode outward. You leave Africa in waves, spreading across every continent except Antarctica. You reach Australia 65,000 years ago, crossing open ocean in boats you built, navigating by stars. You enter Europe 45,000 years ago, where you encounter Neanderthals. You interbreed with them occasionally. If you're of non-African descent, roughly 2% of your DNA comes from that mixing. But mostly, you outcompete them, not through violence necessarily, but through efficiency. You innovate faster, adapt quicker, cooperate in larger groups. Within 10,000 years of your arrival in Europe, Neanderthals are gone. You reach the Americas around 15,000 years ago, crossing a land bridge from Siberia during the Ice Age. Within 2,000 years, you've populated 2 entire continents from Arctic to Antarctic tip. Everywhere you go, megafauna start disappearing. Mammoths, giant sloths, saber-toothed cats. Some due to climate change, but your hunting pressure doesn't help. You're the ultimate invasive species, and you're reshaping every ecosystem you enter. Then 10,000 years ago, you do something that changes everything again. You stop wandering. You plant seeds, domesticate animals, build permanent settlements. Agriculture, the Neolithic Revolution. This isn't just about food production, it's about surplus. For the first time in your species' history, not everyone needs to spend every day finding their next meal. Some people can specialize: potters, weavers, metalworkers, priests, warriors, administrators. Complex societies emerge. Villages become towns, become cities. Hierarchies form. Kings and peasants, rich and poor. Inequality is the price you pay for civilization.